Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. So, many of you know me. I'm a doctor by profession. I'm a medically trained doctor. But in the last 22 to 23 years, I trained in holistic modalities. And now my practice is integrative, which means I've incorporated all the knowledge and information in under one umbrella. So, trying to literally go full throttle, 360 degrees in giving the best that is possible. And I know, most of you know that too, that I'm also a LifePharm advisory board member, and I've been with them for over 8 years, and it's been a great journey. Cellnergy Foot Charge. So, Cellnergy Wellness is that tool or device that I have been teaching you a lot about. But Cellnergy Foot Charge is a new device that LifePharm has come up with, and it's again about regeneration. So, LifePharm is a company that always brings you tools or devices, supplements, which are literally innovative, and they are totally dovetailing with modern medicine and all the different innovations. And regeneration is the big piece which was missing in our healing. And now LifePharm can be called a regeneration company. So, the nervous system. Now, many of you, of course, studied about the nervous system while you were studying biology in your school, college time, right? And you know that the main integral pieces for the nervous system are the brain and the spinal cord. Without them, you cannot really have this particular system work in conjunction with other organs in the body. So it's a very vital system, and it keeps everything going. If there's anything wrong with this system, we are really doomed. So it's so important to understand how to rejuvenate this system. So, what is the main sort of function of this system? Think of it more like a communication vehicle or a network of communication. So, there are a lot of neurons, which are these cells, the nervous cells. These are the nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. And these neurons or nerve cells, the concept is to connect and to pass messages from this external world into your body, and then to comprehend that message, find out what that message is, and send back a response, and then take the appropriate action. So, if the brain and spinal cord are working well, you will be able to adapt to life. You'll be able to literally, your autonomic nervous system, which is ANS, made up of sympathetic and parasympathetic systems, will be able to function well. So, what are the different things that can go wrong, right? As we age, you know that aging is a beautiful thing, but sometimes it comes with a few things which we need to be mindful of, and we have to adapt. So with age, these signals become weak. And these signals, when they become weak, they are not really properly comprehended by the brain, and the spinal cord then does not give the right feedback. It's a weak feedback. So we don't really understand the stimulus anymore. Like supposing when I was younger or in my younger years, I would know that if I touch something which is hot, like this cup of tea, I will immediately move my hand because the sensation of heat will go inside, tell my neurons, and my brain will say, hey, this is too hot, withdraw, remove your hand, you're going to get burnt. But with time and age, this signal became weaker and weaker. And maybe I also developed a disease like diabetes, which you already know has neuropathy. There is always nerve damage in this disease, unfortunately, and your body then fails to really feel much. So sometimes there's tingling and numbing, and we can't really feel things. So now we could be holding on to this cup, although it's so hot, even burn ourselves. And so these are the dangers that can happen if you don't have a healthy nervous system. So, what will happen? Let's say I might get up from bed and I will feel dizzy. I won't have a sense of balance. And many times you must have seen people who get vertigo, And that's also related to age, because the degenerative changes are happening in our inner ear. Those bones, they are getting weaker, and they are literally disintegrating. So we are unable to really have a sense of balance. And this goes down. Then your circulation, your blood circulation, because your blood vessels now are not really that tight anymore. And the size of the blood vessel, if it's nice and the walls are nice and thick, they are nice and strong, there'll be good contraction. Now they became like weak, or sometimes there is plaque and cholesterol issues. So now the blood vessels are literally constricted. Both the things can happen. They can become loose or they get very tight. They are both not good for us, right? And we can get strokes, then we can get high blood pressure. So the circulation also, when it goes down, what happens is you don't get right nourishment into your body. If there is less blood supply to my hand or my feet, what will happen? I won't have oxygen. I will not have the food which my hand and feet need. So obviously, my body will not function well. My muscles are going to get more deteriorated, and the muscle strength will just go. Your stability will go. You won't be able to stand the way you used to, grounded, right? And numbing and tingling, fatigue, recovery is also slow. And then sleep also gets affected. Sleep, sometimes, we say, hey, it was so easy to sleep when you were a teenager. You could sleep 3 times a day and still go to sleep at night. But as we age, if you take a longer nap in the afternoon, you're like, oh, now you're up all night because you slept already. The body is not like really it doesn't feel like sleeping. So when it doesn't sleep, the body does not get rejuvenated, does not get regenerated. Cells do not become healthy, or they die. And that again causes you to be so sleepy in the morning. So you'll notice that your grandparents sometimes, or even your parents, are sitting on a chair, and while they're sitting, they just kind of doze off. And then they immediately realize after some minutes that they dozed off. So that is what happens. Bad sleep pattern. So, what is the first place where people feel this aging catching up in the body? Where do we feel it? It's your feet. Interesting, right? That your feet are the first ones to know there is something wrong, that we are now moving into degenerative phase.
Ik treed al jarenlang elke dag live. Nu een aantal jaar later heb ik inmiddels 18.000 Nederlanders begeleid om te leren treden en meer dan 2000 5-sterren Trustpilot reviews.
If the secret to wellness lies at your feet, imagine that if the whole secret of healing and health was right there where your feet are, wouldn't that be amazing that you found out that secret? And so a lot of times people think, hey, feet are for walking, they have no other purpose. But you'll be amazed when I give you all this knowledge and information today about feet, how much these feet are responsible for you and me in having a healthy body. Not only a healthy body, mind, and also a healthy spirit. Now, do you know there are 7,000 nerve endings right there where your foot is, and also certain zones which are connecting your foot? These particular zones, these particular nerve endings are all connected to the organs in our body. And for all the people who've gone for a foot massage, and I'm sure there are a lot of you, please write in the chat that you have experienced reflexology. This is a kind of a massage, the reflexology massage, where you sit down on a chair, and you with the hands, the practitioner is going to manipulate and touch certain parts of your foot, certain zones which have these marma points. In Ayurveda, we call them marma points. And in Chinese traditional medicine, they call them acupuncture or acupressure points. And mostly acupressure is used for reflexology. So they put pressure on certain areas, and interestingly, the whole body is represented on the sole of your foot. Everything that you have on this, that you're carrying, all the organs are represented under that foot. So when you touch certain areas, you're able to really help your elimination. You can help your blood circulation, stability. If you have sinus issues, if your eyesight is not good, your heart has issues, everything is, it works out so well there. And so, in a way, we can say that your foot is the entry point, or like, let's say, the word we have used here in this slide, gateway to your full body. So, from the ground up. And how many people know about the word grounding? Also, write in the chat. You know how certain people walk barefoot because they feel that the electrical charges of the earth can connect with my electrical charges, and a circuit will be established which will make me feel more stable, and it will make me feel more grounded. So that is a very beneficial healing modality, grounding. So the feet are going to charge your nervous system and then restore balance, health to the rest of the body. Okay, we have Vicky there. Hi, Vicky. So, Vicky has a story to tell you before we proceed. So, let's find out what motivated Vicky to actually think about making a device or something to heal your body using your energy and the knowledge or innovation, and then making something to really make a difference. So let's hear his story.
Hi everyone. I want to share a real story with you. Last year, when I was in Indonesia, I saw my mother-in-law struggling to walk. She had tried so many treatments, but nothing seemed to help her. It was such a heartbreaking to watch. She is 81 years old, and she did not want to take any drugs. So I decided to try an electrical muscle and nerve stimulation device. Over time, I saw a real improvement in her mobility and quality of life. That experience inspired me to bring FootCharge to LifePharm, so that others who are facing similar struggle can find hope and relief. I truly believe in this product because I have seen firsthand how it helped my mother-in-law, and I hope it can help many others too. Thank you so much for listening to my story. Once again, I truly believe FootCharge can make a real difference. I'm so excited for all of you to experience the benefit and see how it can change life, just like it did to my mother-in-law. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicky. So, what a heartfelt story there. I wish all son-in-laws are like Vicky, where he sees his mother-in-law in pain and struggling, and he thinks of helping her and uses technology, mainly trying to also use some information he had from Celnergy Wellness, which is a great device using terahertz technology, right? So he then puts his mind on how can he heal her using Celnergy FootCharge. And that was his motivation and that was his inspiration. So well done, Vicky. Hey, so now, as Winston would say, or Vixen, drum roll. Well, we are introducing Celnergy FootCharge, and I love it. It looks like a weighing scale, but it's a weighing scale which doesn't make you feel unhappy. Usually, when we step on our weighing scale, we see our weight and we are shocked as to see how much more it is. Well, not this weighing scale, not this one, because this gives you immense energy, power, and it repairs you, regenerates you. So it's a positive weighing scale. It has your feet, of course, the picture of those 2 feet. And then it has a little remote, like a little device in the center with which you control everything. So, it's amazing, this regenerative sort of device called Celnergy FootCharge. And I like the name, FootCharge. So this Celnergy FootCharge, in a way, is something that you can charge to literally regenerate your whole body, which I think is amazing. And it's a very simple looking device, not that complicated, but it's a revolutionary wellness device. And it's going to support your nervous system and circulation and cellular energy. And it will start from the ground up, which is the best way. From down up, everything will get charged. So three technologies are being used here, and you all know about them a lot. I think you've been attending all these wellness webinars with me, and I've been educating you on all these technologies. So no, we don't get overwhelmed. Okay, we're gonna eat all this knowledge bite size. Small size is easy language, easy explanation, fuse you. So it's a 3-in-1 powerful regeneration system. Three technologies. What are the names of the three technologies? The first one, cell wave bioactivation. So CWB, cell wave bioactivation. And there's a trademark on cell wave. So that's a very good thing whenever something has a patent or is trying to get a patent or a trademark, then you have exclusivity. Other devices cannot compete with you to that level on this particular technology. And cell wave bioactivation technology, we are going to go into details in the next slide. But simply think about when you sit in your car and you put the key inside that little slot and you just turn it. What happens? The car gets started, right? Without that initial turn, the car is just standing still, nothing at all, no sound, nothing. So you turn the key and it starts. That's what this technology is all about, and we'll go in detail. Cell wave bioactivation. Okay, terahertz. If you remember with the Cellnergy wellness device that I kept telling you about when we were doing those webinars. So we have terahertz resonance in this as well. And what is terahertz resonance? 1 terahertz is here, right? And the terahertz technology is all about going into a cell and trying to vibrate it, make it get back into action, awakening it a little. Hey, get up, and trying to say, start working. So there is evidence that proteins which are present in the cell, water which is present in the cell, they start having some kind of activity because of terahertz technology. This particular frequency is the same frequency at which our human cells operate, but cells which are healthy. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to give healthy technology through this terahertz to those cells which are dormant, which are not working, unhealthy, still not there, and we want to make them healthy as the healthiest cell can be. And terahertz is usually a frequency on the electromagnetic radiation radar or the electromagnetic spectrum. It's between the microwave and the infrared. Very, very powerful penetrative power that this terahertz has. And now infrared thermotherapy, 38 to 45 degrees. So this is again heat therapy. And so it's going to go deep down, and we've already studied what happens when heat goes inside our body. It has this capacity to improve your blood circulation. That's what happens when you use thermotherapy, infrared, right? That red therapy, infrared light, thermotherapy, heat therapy. So together they help your body reconnect, recover, and you step into a healthier and energized future with these three powerful regeneration systems. Okay, this one is your first one, the first particular strategy or technology, cell wave bioactivation, which I told you, reawakening your nerve pathways. And I said it's like starting the car. So you already have an electrical circuit or wave in the brain. And this wave pattern is what's required by us to make all these signals, better understood. So through this particular activation, when you put your feet on this device, what you're doing is you are mimicking or copying that same pattern that already exists in your brain for that wave-like electrical circuit that is already there. So we are simulating or mimicking that from to upwards to the rest of the body. So we are supplying that current, electrical current, to the body from the feet. But it's not going to be alien to the body. It's not going to be like, hey, this seems like something synthetic. It's from outside. It's not natural. No, it's natural. The body does not get confused, understands that it's the same circuit that my body has, not something contrived or artificially, sending to us. So now why are we doing it? We are trying to deliver this electric current so we can reactivate all the nerve cells which are dormant, which are not working well, which are not healthy, and we are going to support them so that these nerves regenerate. Nerves always regenerate. It takes them a while to regenerate, but thank God they regenerate. A lot of times you have injury and now you don't have any sensation. And you're like, oh my God, I can't feel anything. I hurt myself. The good thing is these nerves are going to literally regenerate. They have that ability to grow again. So you are activating the sensory and motor nerve pathways through the autonomic system. You are making the communication between nerves and muscles strong. You are supporting balance and nervous system function, and your circulation and lymphatic blood flow is also becoming better, especially in the lower body. Now, this is an interesting, stat or a certain piece of information from the Journal of Clinical Neurophysiology 2018. So studies have shown that low frequency electrical stimulation can increase nerve conduction speed and muscle activation in people who are experiencing nerve fatigue and neuropathy. So basically what it's saying is that whenever you give a current of low frequency to your body, or you stimulate your body with that, the muscles are going to get activated. And you must have seen sometimes we go for physiotherapy and there's a machine called TENS, TENS, and many people have injury and the physiotherapist will put that little the pads of electrical stimulation. There's a little box, they'll switch it on, and now the muscle contracts. It's artificially contracting. Contract, relax, contract, relax. Why is it happening? Because you want to make blood supply also go there in that region. So that is a particular technology that is used for activating muscles also. But here, look at the advantage of cell wave bioactivation, because if you see even in TENS, it's not as if that electric stimulus is mimicking my electrical stimulus, which nature put in my body. So that is artificially induced. Here, what we are doing is a natural sort of a wave pattern is being sent to your body to actually make your dormant nerve cells more active. You're reactivating or charging them. So this was the first part of the 3-in-1 technology. The second part, terahertz resonance, I already explained it, but I'm going to repeat it. So terahertz technology again is going to make your cell energy more. So it's working on the mitochondria. If you remember, I used to tell you about mitochondria. It is the powerhouse of a cell, and that's where energy is made, ATP and all that. So you want to give it certain stimulus or food so that the mitochondria start building more energy and store more energy. So here again, that's what you're doing. You're trying to uh, put the terahertz technology to play. THZ is it's operating at -1 THZ, terahertz resonance, and it's going to go into the cell and it's going to signal, all those chemicals and all the different, processes that are happening to make them more balanced, to regenerate the cells, and to actually improve your energy levels by working on the mitochondria also. And it also, from one neuron, this is one neuron or cell, they are connected through axons. They are literally throwing electrical impulses from one to the other, and that's how they communicate with each other. It's like a big communication network. So this terahertz technology is going to make these nerve cells really operate well. Their communication will be better. They'll be talking to each other in a better way. There is more energy, more balance, and more power, more vitality. So repair work will be happening. And in this little box, if you notice, there is a Biophysical Journal 2020 saying that scientific research is showing that terahertz waves can influence the way water molecules and proteins behave inside the cell. So you know that proteins are the building blocks of any cell, and water, we are made up of water, almost like 70% and more. So the water and the proteins, we have seen that they will actually be working better and they'll get influence. So the signaling and repair work is going to happen more effectively with terahertz resonance. Infrared thermotherapy. Infrared thermotherapy, deep penetration, relief, circulation, all the good things which we have been talking about. And I've already told you very simply, when you give this heat therapy, which is infrared heat therapy, what does it do? First of all, it penetrates deep into the tissue where we really want it to work, and it also helps the muscles. Sometimes we have muscles which are very tight, muscles which are stagnant. There is no blood flow in those muscles. So what is happening is, through this relief that you give with heat and infrared, the blood flow will become better. More oxygen will go to that region. More nutrients are going to go to the region, and all the toxins, the end products of metabolism, will be snatched back into the blood and will be delivered for cleaning back to the heart, so the heart can take away all the bad blood and replace it with good blood. So you also feel very relaxed. You know, you feel less tense, you have comfort, you'll be sleeping better. When your blood circulation is better, you definitely operate at a more relaxed level. Infrared thermotherapy, right? We understood that easy. And I told you this is an interesting piece in the square, in the rectangle, the box. Read this. Clinical research has shown that infrared thermotherapy can boost microcirculation by up to 80. Journal of Photomedicine, and this is Photomedicine and Laser Surgery 2017. So microcirculation word is used for the blood circulation in the hands and in the feet. You know why? Because the blood vessels are tiny. Microcirculation. And interestingly, the surgeons are also different. For hand surgery and foot surgery, you need to go to a surgeon who has experience in handling microsurgery, or surgery of tiny blood vessels, because over there you have tiny joints, tiny blood vessels, tiny muscles. And interesting to see that infrared thermotherapy can literally boost the blood circulation to up to 80. That's amazing. That's so good. Experience targeted relief and holistic regeneration. So that's what we are all about, that with this particular device, it's targeted because the 2 feet are sitting on the machine and you are easing your numbness, tingling, neuropathy like symptoms. This is just a revision of what you and I have discussed. Supports balance and coordination for safer, more confident movement, boosts nerve sensitivity, strengthens the communication between brain and body, improved responsiveness, accelerates the reaction time, supports agility, confident mobility, promotes deeper, more restorative sleep, and reduces nerve-related fatigue for renewed energy. So whatever I explained to you in the last slides, we have put this in one slide. And it's like a revision of the benefits of this device. So 3 phases of regeneration. Regeneration is just like, not like that. Okay, we put our feet on the machine and I am regenerated. It's a process. So it's got 3 phases. right? Because you have to activate your nervous system and your repair system. So the first 30 minutes, from minute number 1 to 30, immediately what will happen? Of course, all those tired nerves and the tension will slowly and gradually start getting, better. You will feel slight relief and relaxation, but don't expect a miracle after 30 minutes. Then within 1 to 3 days, again, what is going to happen? You will see that that your nerve pathways are reactivated, your microcirculation is better, and your numbness is better, muscle tone is coming back, your brain body communication is becoming stronger. And in 4 weeks and beyond, long term regeneration with consistent daily usage, you strengthen communication between your brain and your body, promoting healthier nerve signaling, circulation, and mobility. So we have this nice video. I would say sit down and put your feet in, because I think it's steadier, it's better. I wouldn't recommend standing at all. So just sit down and place your bare feet on the pad, select your preferred mode and the intensity level, and you choose your heat setting. Some people like hot, some people like it hot, some don't. And then you relax for 10 to 20 minutes once or twice daily. And the recommendation of the company is that you start with relax, but you finish with kneading or strength. So the modes that we talked about, it says start with relax, stop with or finish with kneading or strength. So you could also use any particular setting based on what you want to achieve. And it's better to use it before you go to sleep.
Goedkope vliegtickets scoren? Je vakantie begint goed.
The things to know before using it. We always want to know, is there any danger in using it? Is there any disadvantage? Is there any contraindication? The word is contraindication, which means should not be used in certain ways. Now, the contraindication, I'm going to use that first. Contraindication means do not use the device. Do not. It's not okay, you might. No, do not. So what are those categories? If there is a malignant tumor, if the patient has bleeding tendency, if you are pregnant or you're in labor, if you have any inflammation, which means acute suppurative means that I have a boil, I have something which is actively exuding pus, that is when you don't want to use it, because the body right now has started healing. We don't want to interfere. Patients or people with cardiac pacemakers. Why? Because the electrical activity from this particular device will interfere with that of the pacemaker which they have. People with metal implants, do not use it. But you can use it with your doctor's permission and guidance. You must consult a doctor before you use it. We definitely recommend that kindly speak to your doctor, your personal physician, before you do anything. If you are menstruating and they feel it's okay, people with sensitive skin, heart disease or abnormal blood pressure, if there is a history of stroke or TIA, which is transient ischemic attack, acute illness or infection, acute, it doesn't say chronic, and patients who are receiving some active medical treatment should not use it without asking their doctor whether they can. And all doctors are aware of these devices. So I'm happy and proud to say that this device passes all quality standards and certifications. There is a patent pending technology, so we're waiting for that, but it's designed to promote regeneration through nerve stimulation. It is certified by ISO 9001 and 14001. It's also certified with safety standards in Europe and North America, and it is recognized by the American Society on Aging. Right. Yeah, these are all the different certifications and quality standards. So we feel it's safe to be out there for your use. Cellnergy FootCharge versus other devices. So, we always like to compare, hey, is there anything else in the market that might be better? So I did talk about TENS, the physiotherapists use it. But even when you look at that, you will notice that it does not have regeneration focused technology, and it's only targeting the nervous system, nothing else. It's not looking at the energy of your cell. It's not looking at blood circulation. It does not have the three-in-one technology. It does not have at-home convenience. Usually, appointments are required. You go to the physiotherapist and get it done. And similarly, we've compared it with PEMF foot devices and heated foot devices. You'll notice that it is not really having a lot of benefits. But when you look at Celnergy Foot Charge, you notice that it has a focus on regeneration, which means improving the nerve health, improving circulation, cellular regeneration, making sure nervous system is targeted and also circulatory system is targeted, cellular energy is targeted. The three-in-one technology, we talked about cell wave bioactivation, terahertz resonance, infrared thermotherapy, and the fact that it has so many modes. So it's a it's like a customizable or customizable settings, which means that it's like not a cookie cutter solution. It's basically like Ayurveda says that if two people have headache, you don't give Tylenol to both of them. They have different journeys, different experiences. So it's custom designed. And if I feel I have vertigo, I'm going to put the setting for stability. If I feel, oh, I really feel I exercise too much at the gym and now I want to relax my muscles, I'll do that one. So that's a great thing. And at home convenience, you can use it daily and use it as many times as you want. I don't think there's any contraindication on that. The power of regenerative synergy. I think I always use this word in our LifePharm, discussions and webinars. We are so proud of our products and our devices that we like to say using them together will give us more benefit. So all of you are familiar with three products which are already on this particular slide. Laminine, of course, our flagship, product, which is talking about how to extend your longevity, anti-aging, stamina, repair, your sleep, your sexual health. So everything is happening with Laminine. Celnergy Foot Charge, we already told you. Of course, it's making your nervous system operate at a very healthy level by kickstarting the healing processes and especially blood circulation. And Celnergy Wellness, we already know, uses the terahertz technology, the red light, and also heat, and makes you, regenerate and improves the communication between cells. Celnergy Power Cream, we talked about that also, which is very active in making those cells which are dormant to get repaired and to start healing your joints or your different muscles. So using all four would mean longer lasted regeneration. So I would say definitely, if you have these, use them because you can activate your energy. And I told you the difference between a person who's alive and dead is energy. Energy is what you need. So you activated your energy. It wasn't active because obviously we are aging. You also balanced your doshas because I really feel a lot of stuff from Celnergy Foot Charge is dovetailing with my Ayurvedic knowledge and information. So all my doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, are getting balanced. And I'm also restoring a connection of my whole body with the ground, being in touch with, literally connected to the ground, connected to all my organs, and also connected to the higher power. So there's a lot of connectivity in in this therapy if we use all four. So thank you, everyone.